Hey, how's it going? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, crap. Probably the Rams. I don't know, just because they have a better quarterback. I think so too. Well, what's his name for Denver's injured? Nix or whatever. And I can't think of what his name is. They're good quarterback. They're starting quarterback. He's out. All right, I gotta run down to my car real quick. Alrighty.
plus free shipping. The sooner you order, the sooner you can get relief and support your overall wellness. So to GetAlaya.com now. Prioritize your body, inside and out, with Alaya.
All right, friends, with the winter storm warnings in place across much of the Pine Tree State, snowfall, dreaded cold air out there, and major wind chill values, it is going to be a very good idea to not only prep when it comes down to your home and your family, but also to stay informative with this kind of winter weather activity. It's going to be a wise choice to download our news app from your smart device. You just head on over to the App Store, put in Spectrum News. There you'll download it. You'll get all the information you need to know locally, not only with news and sports, but also detailed information with your weather forecast. The wise choice as we move forward to our second Monday through Tuesday. Extremely cold conditions.
We just wouldn't go and we'd be hanging out there for a little bit. Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta watch this movie. Oh, hey, who'd you hook up with? Who'd you hook up with? Oh God, what is going on? We got veggie platter trays all over the place. Jesus. Condense one of these down.
Sunday transitioning into Monday. As we move on into about mid-morning Tuesday, we can officially call for the entire...
Not yet. We're supposed to get snow. It's supposed to start tonight. Tomorrow we'll be snowed in. That's where I am.
Monday, 5 a.m. Look at this. Sanford at 12 to 18 inches of accumulation. But remember, snowfall remains in place throughout much of Monday as well. The opportunity for areas around Sanford, Portland.
So we'll be doing a live stream tomorrow because I'll be home. I'll be working from home tomorrow. Thank you for getting us ready for it. You're amazing.
Toyota is recalling about 162,000 pickup trucks because of faulty screens. It was discovered that the vehicle's multimedia displays could compromise the driver's safety. That's not good.
What?
On a camera view or going completely dark. The recall affects the 2024 and 2025 Tundra and Tundra hybrid trucks. If you own an impact truck, you will be notified. And another recall alert to let you know about, Navitas Organics is recalling its organic chia seeds over concerns some packages may be contaminated with salmonella. The company says the 8-ounce packages were distributed to Whole Foods market stores around the country and online at Amazon. Most of the packages...
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
April and May 2027. If you have the product, you should either throw it away or return it for a refund.
What did I do with that?
These frigid temperatures can have quite an impact, especially in your home where your pipes can freeze.
All right.
Some tips to help avoid that expensive repair bill.
No, man. Here's Stoneheart. We in some trouble. Uh-oh.
Maintenance Pro. A lot of homeowners will try to unthaw, pipe themselves, try to take a torch to a hairdryer to it. Do not recommend that whatsoever.
Short-term solutions for an imminent deep freeze.
What can we do to prevent it now?
A long-time plumber's best advice, long-term prevention.
The biggest thing is if it's happening,
How's the Family Feud going, Stoneheart? How's the Family Feud? It is too cold. That's what I'm doing too, my man. That's what I'm doing too. That's what I'm doing too. Yeah. That's what we're doing over here too. And live streaming, I guess. What are we doing over here too?
Oh, hello. That's the calculator that was inside the text. I love numbers. All heights. I love
That's what we doing over here too. See, we got exactly. Well, I did just get back from. See, that's what we're doing too.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
You're dumping your family? I'll probably play around with some Transformers before that game once I get done with this. If I was gonna get a video game console now, I'd get the PS5.
Sick of overpaying for airline tickets? First class savings could save you up to 50% off air travel and more. With just one call, you can get exclusive and unpublished deals for airline tickets, car rentals.
Yeah, but that's still part of your family.
With no booking fees. Call the toll-free number on your screen 24/7 to get started now. Over 15% of airplane seats fly empty. The airlines are desperate to fill flights and are willing to offer big discounts to make sure they do. Our travel experts are standing by to offer you deals.
It's watermelon.
Travel packages around the world. No bargaining with airlines, negotiating with travel
Breeze, and it's a hybrid.
yourself. Don't wait another minute. Save up to 50% on your next vacation without paying booking fees by calling First Class Savings now. 800-524-2596. That's 800-524.
But I have a indica one over here too. That's the 2 milligram one. That's grape something. Can't think of what the name of that one is.
I'm David Williams. Here's your Spectrum News.
Yep.
In response to another ICE-related shooting.
Here we go. Ice is in Maine.
Requested a meeting with President Donald Trump demanding the immediate withdrawal of ICE agents from Maine.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Unrelated to Saturday's specific shooting. Hundreds rallied in Lewiston Saturday.
That's where I used to live, Lewiston.
And customs enforcement activities.
Look at those idiots.
And to express support for immigrant families. The event at a former church.
Look at these big brains.
Waved signs calling for ICE.
See you yeah, send them back. Send them back. Get them out of here. There's one already across the street, too. Come out of here. Allah.
We are here because if democracy means anything, it means the rule of law applies.
They're garbage. They're garbage. These idiot white Karens and Darrens. Brainwashed. They ain't got a clue.
1,400 meters and says it is targeting, quote, the worst of the worst.
Exactly. I used to live there. I lived there for a couple of years.
And 20 parts per trillion. That will drop to 4 parts per trillion by 2027. Here's your weather on the ones. Welcome back to another Weather on the Ones. I'm Spectrum News meteorologist.
No, isn't that awesome? They're garbage. I love quoting that. They're garbage. It's not even a country. It's the worst country.
On Monday, we're going to be getting the snow.
That is awesome.
Ranging anywhere from 8 to 20% accumulation. Details ahead.
Oh, that's
Tensions are boiling over in Minneapolis after
and they make it sound like
You're watching Spectrum News. Protesters.
the mental gymnastics. These people. You know what I think is really hilarious is when they scream pedophile protectors, and these people are trying to protect the people that they're trying to arrest that are pedophiles. Like, what fucking sense does that? What a bunch of idiots! It just goes to show they don't listen to anything or anything they say.
Chris Welch has the latest on the investigation, and we do want to warn you that some of this video may be disturbing.
I watched these live stream all day yesterday after I did my stream. Man, these were hilarious. That's where they popped this dude.
Dispute between local officials and Homeland Security. In one angle, you see several agents pulling a man, 37-year-old Alex Preddy, away from the curb.
And they try to make him a saint because he was an emergency room nurse. Like he couldn't do anything wrong.
Followed by several more, many of which were fired after his body appears to go motionless.
Oh, they just want to make sure.
In another angle, we get a bit more context of what happened in the moments before.
Well, right here, this dude's not. He can't direct traffic. That dude can't direct traffic. So right there, he's breaking the law. So he's not a police officer or has like a roadside. They're doing like road construction or something. He can't dictate the pace, the flow of traffic. Not that he should get popped over that, but that just sets up his mindset right there. This dude's already breaking laws.
And they released this photo of what they said was his weapon. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian.
Yeah, they're brainwashed. It's like some of them are so afraid to be called racist that they just go along with anything that's not perceived not to be racist. They're so scared of being called racist. It's like a spell almost. It's like when someone said they think of that like, man, if they say it's like a spell. Damn, she's good looking too. I vote for that.
I've seen the videos.
Here's the real retard. They're calling him mentally retarded. That was, and he's getting all. And the only reason they don't want the reason why Waltz wants that chaos is so everyone forgets about the fraud that he's involved in.
And staying in Minneapolis, some medical examiners now formally ruling the death of Renee Good a homicide. The Hennepin County medical examiner released the autopsy report yesterday.
No shit. She got shot in the head. She didn't die of a heart attack.
Jonathan Ross shot and killed Good in Minneapolis on January 7th.
Because she tried because
claims it was self-defense.
Yeah.
But Minneapolis leaders rebuked that claim.
Of course they would. They want to cause as much chaos and get as much the attention off of them from being complicit in that fraud. That's what they're trying to do.
Power outages, flight cancellations, and hazardous travel. Our Katie Strike kicks off our team coverage. Katie, I suspect a lot of people are going to be spending the day inside, but if they do venture out, what conditions will they face?
Those idiots. They'll be screaming at the ICE agents saying, "You're protecting pedos. They're arresting pedos." You could. It's almost like, am I watching a fucking movie? Is this a movie? It's like, it's just hard to believe.
Across the country. In St. Louis, a crash sent yogurt spilling across an interstate, forcing lane closures as crews work to clean it up in treacherous conditions. But it's not just the snow people are worried about.
They're garbage. They are garbage. Their country's garbage. I agree with Trump. Is it even a country?
As ice builds on trees and power lines, Travel remains extremely difficult with thousands of flights canceled and stretches of interstate shut down as well. City crews are working around the clock to keep roads passable. In Oklahoma City, public works crews have been plowing nonstop as snow falls on top of ice.
We'll just keep going around the clock.
Bringing in the ice is coming.
We'll continue to plow.
Colbert says the problem is layer upon layer.
And once the snow is snowing again, we're back to square one.
In Chicago, volunteers from the Orange Tent Project are braving the frigid weather.
Well, it's funny. All these states don't have enough money to do the snow. Even up here, they're like, we're short X amount of salt. I'm like, well, where the fuck did the salt go? And where was, or didn't you just buy it, or did you guys embezzle the money? Like, why are we on a salt shortage?
Unnecessary travel and prepare for several days of dangerous winter conditions. Katie Strait, Spectrum News.
And we now continue our team coverage by turning to the experts. Veteran meteorologist Scott Dean joins us now. Scott, what are we expecting in the coming days?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a massive winter storm. You can see the area that encompasses from...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Yeah, they want the bodies to stack up. Takes the heat off, takes the attention off of them.
Damaging ice accumulation farther to the south, and even the possibility, believe it or not, of severe weather. So look at the areas that are under winter storm warnings, and where you're seeing the purple, that's where we have ice storms.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want any attention on that. Anything that takes the headlines, good for him. Good, gets that attention away from me.
Picking up over a foot, maybe a foot and a half. And if you look at the legend here around Boston, that's talking about, at least the model's showing about 2 feet of snow. That's not a guarantee, but a possibility. But we're also looking out for the possibility of more icing, especially in the Carolinas up towards Virginia, where we could see as much as a ½ inch of accumulation, which could really cause some problems. And finally, we're watching for the possibility of damaging winds and maybe an isolated tornado in the deep south. A lot to track.
Wow, up to 2 feet in Boston. That is a lot, Scott.
Good place for it. Let's see. I guess we're not going to Boston anytime soon again.
And for anyone in the
Yeah, we'll give it a few weeks before we go back. All right, there's the dip. Or am I looking at it?
Get real-time updates, including weather alerts during the storm. It's free in the App Store and Google Play.
Weather on the Ones is brought to you by Marcus Sugarloaf, just 2 hours from Bangalore, Portland. For an expert.
Hot going to Sugarloaf. Like that place. A little overrated. Go to Sugarloaf.
From a new perspective, dedicated to refreshing storytelling and empowering communities across Maine.
Let's go to Sugarloaf. No, we're good. We go fucking Sugarloaf 4.
24 hours a day.
Time now for weather. Here's a look at your Maine forecast.
Local stories connect communities. We are Spectrum News, available on channel and on all of your favorite devices, exclusively on Spectrum.
This is my super stylish print sofa.
And this is the gorgeous matching love seat.
This is what they look like on their own. And this is what they could look like in your home.
Plus, when you buy one, you save $139.
They're garbage.
Muddy paws, dirty shoes, and endless cleaning? Are your floors always dirty no matter how many times you clean? Now there's a simple solution. Meet Muddy Mat, the ultra-absorbent microfiber chenille mat that keeps your dog's paws so clean. It's like they're wiping them at the door. Muddy Mat is designed with thousands of advanced ultra-soft microfibers that are 5 times more absorbent than ordinary doormats.
My floors have never been so clean. I mean, both Ruby and Blue came in covered in mud, and this anti-mud mat...
He'll say, you know, the one thing he hasn't said that he needs to say is don't impede ice. He never says don't impede them.
Tried many. There's still a sale going on. I would wait more before they're done.
Call or go to trymuddymat.com or scan the QR code to claim your 70% off and your free Muddy Mat. What are you waiting for? Call or go to trymuddymat.com or scan the QR code and get your own Muddy Mat today.
If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under or deductible. Call the number.
Let's see what else we got on here today. Yeah, if that dude, yeah, I don't know what that dude did, but if they said cross the street, I'd be like, all right, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Another weather on the ones here. I'm Spectrum News meteorologist Greg Bennett. Very, very cold air still out there for us. We're talking about negative values in single digits with feel like temperatures.
Especially if they told me to get out of the car and then I drove at them. What do you think's gonna happen?
On top of all of this, we're going to slowly build up snow shower activity, much of which is going to be around the Adirondacks and upstate New York for much of the day here. But by mid to late afternoon, we should start seeing it pop up to the southern end of the Pine Tree State and continue to grow as we progress throughout the overnight period of Sunday into our Monday. Portions of Tuesday morning will still be under some flurry action, especially for the northern side of the northern woods. Check out where our feel like temperatures are going for just Portland alone in the morning here, about negative 16 degrees by 8 a.m., pushing up to the single digits for feel like temperatures. The actual air temperature
When
comes
was this?
to around 12 to 14 degrees in this area. So very cold stuff out there.
Yeah, it was cold this morning.
Is going to die off for much of our early Sunday, only to rebuild by the afternoon and evening. This is the approach of the winter storm activity from the south. We could see gusts between 25 and 30 miles per hour for the next 24 hours after this, i.e. our Sunday late afternoon into our Monday afternoon. That, of course, will constitute some significant wind and chill values for us. Want to talk about the timing of the snowfall here, and it looks like, again, southern end of the Pine Tree State Conway area, early to mid-afternoon, 1 to 2 p.m., and then it just keeps on keeping on for us. And at these locations, the opportunity for anywhere between 8 to 24 inches of snowfall accumulation.
Yeah, between 8 and 24 inches.
Wise choice to get that app downloaded to your smart device to keep up to date with this winter weather. A lot more details in the forecast coming up. There's a lot to talk about, but first, let's rewind the clock to a 2022 game between the Giants and Eagles. What is it? Pain, suffering, death. Police are investigating the mysterious.
Oh, poor Stoneheart. She's got a family feud going on right now.
The victim's wife, Cynthia, said her husband committed suicide, and that initially she hid that fact so the family could collect on his life insurance policy. Almost immediately, forensic experts found some inconsistencies. The x-rays show the bullet going from...
No, thank God. Hey, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you don't mind, my friend. It'd be awesome. Never experienced the. How about yourself? Have you?
A suicide victim rarely shoots himself in the back of the head.
There needed to be some additional investigation done. That this case very well could represent a homicide and allow the police to further their investigation.
Investigators began their analysis by studying the blood spatter.
Whatever our blood source.
I don't know. They're just figuring out he didn't commit suicide.
That blood travels in a straight line, but parallel and 360-degree radius, so completely out in all directions. The blood that comes back toward the force that's being applied
no blood spatter on either of Dan's hands. Dan's left arm was touching a pillow and tucked underneath his body. Next to his arm was a clearly defined pool of blood. This proved Dan's left arm never moved after the shooting. It would have been difficult for Dan to use his right hand to shoot himself in the left side of the head.
Right hand, in order to flip this spoon, would then have to have come around the back of the head, around, and then be able to get the muzzle to the head, which would have to be tortuous to do.
So you have a little bit difficulty with the trajectory, but definitely it can be done. However, once it's done, your hand is going to remain up here. It's not going to be able to tuck itself back underneath the covers, remain completely bloodless, and completely free of stippling from the cylinder cap or any powder, and end up next to the body without a drop of blood on it. That's not possible.
Investigators also found gunpowder and a bullet hole in the pillow next to Dan's body. This indicated that the gun was pressed against the pillow when fired.
The only way that this would have happened is if this person would have had three arms. One to hold the gun, one to hold the pillow down, and the one that he's...
Yeah, it's a cool show. Interesting.
Dan's death was ruled a homicide. A look into Dan and Cynthia's marriage revealed a possible motive. In the months before Dan's birth, the McDonald's were spending more money than they were bringing in.
Cynthia was buying
Yes, you wanted to spend.
computers, like new furniture, like numerous things that were quite expensive items.
Spend. That's all she wanted to do.
That Dan managed a trust fund for a mentally handicapped relative. In the year before Dan's death, more than $50,000 had been taken from this trust account, and the bank had been demanding answers. Bank documents showed withdrawals ranging from $200 to $1,000 almost every other day, and the fund was virtually depleted. And bank surveillance cameras identified the individual who was responsible.
I know. Spend. I used to say that to my ex-wife. All she wants to do is spend. That was awesome. Spend. All she wanted to do was spend.
That's actually mash. It's serious.
That's all
Storing
right.
liver and it requires more than losing weight.
Oh, no, I don't know. Armored to advance liver scarring without cirrhosis, along with diet and exercise. It has accelerated FDA approval. Studies are ongoing to confirm benefit. Only Restifra works directly in the liver. It helps reduce MASH and liver scarring.
Before taking, tell your doctor about liver or gallbladder problems, or if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or plan to be. Serious side effects include liver injury, gallstones, gallbladder pancreas inflammation. Stop taking and call your doctor about tiredness, nausea, vomiting, fever, rash, yellowing of your skin.
You're just swiping that credit card and didn't have a care in the world.
Fibrozil, cyclosporin, clopidogrel, or statins.
Just
Side
like-
effects include diarrhea, itching,
Jeez.
dizziness, constipation.
Restifra made a difference for me.
Ask your liver specialist for Restifra.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Spend. That's all she wants to do. All right.
When you watch with Snuggle, your loved ones will feel at home. On center stage, at the school dance, or away from home. Cuddly softness.
Yeah, even the last few girlfriends I've had, they're like, hey, can I get $40? Hey, I need to get my nails done. Can I get $60? I'm like, Jesus Christ, you ask me for $60 every other fucking day.
And were caused by mom's mental health medications.
I know.
Mom was prescribed XR, a once daily extended release pill for adults.
Hey.
XR can significantly reduce TB weakness, with some seeing response as early as 2 weeks, and
Mom can stay on her mental health medication.
Austedo XR can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, or have suicidal thoughts. Don't take if you have liver problems, are taking Reserpine, tetrabenazine, or
I got Transformers to buy. I don't give a fuck what your nails look like.
normal movements. Seek help for fever, stiff muscles, problems thinking or sweating. Common side effects include inflammation of the nose and throat, insomnia, and sleepiness.
UCTD, ask about Austedo XR.
It's only a hike. It's only made possible by Spectrum Business connecting healthcare providers of all sizes. Like hospitals relying on the Spectrum Fiber broadband network with industry-leading reliability. Practices keeping patient data safe with advanced security. Pharmacies accessing records in the cloud without fail. It's tailored connectivity solutions built for life-changing moments.
Or if they didn't have some money, they wanted to go out. Let's go out and get dinner. Let's go out and have a few drinks. Let's go out. Jesus Christ, $200 later.
Sleep Number does that.
Thank you. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Only at Sleep Number.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
When police interviewed Dan McDonald's 20-year-old daughter, Erin, she remembered something unusual about the morning her father was killed.
Erin places herself in the shower and explained to the investigators that her mother came in to check on her a number of times, which was out of character. Also, turned up the radio while Erin was in the shower. She told investigators that she heard what she believed to be a car backfiring or a bang.
Inside the McDonald's home, police found forensic textbooks Cynthia was using in her research for a murder mystery she planned to write. With titles like Body Trauma and Armed and Dangerous, there were chapters entitled Accidental Shooting versus Suicide, Who Shot Whom, and Premeditated Domestic Killing. Prosecutors believe Cynthia consulted these books to plan what she thought would be the perfect crime.
There's probably a Somali involved.
The motive was money. Cynthia was in financial trouble, so she withdrew $50,000 from a trust fund her husband was managing by forging his name. Surveillance cameras at the bank's automated telephone.
You're like, here we go. What is this gonna be?
Prosecutors believe Dan confronted Cynthia and told her he was going to local
I know, they want to work a little bit of overtime.
return the funds. But this would have cramped Cynthia's lifestyle. On New Year's Eve, while Erin was in the shower, Cynthia went into the bathroom to turn up the volume on the radio to mask the sound of the gunshot. Prosecutors say Cynthia took Dan's service revolver and fired it into the back of his head, using the pillow to muffle the sound. She later disposed of the gun, although it has never been recovered. Cynthia then went shopping with Erin, thinking the sales receipts would give her an alibi. Before returning home, she even stopped to buy hamburgers. She even bought one for her husband, even though she knew he was dead.
Deader than dead.
It's unimaginable. She was that conniving. Didn't think that she could get away with it. Ordering your dead husband a hamburger.
Cynthia McDonald was charged with first-degree murder. She pleaded not guilty. Her defense included testimony from an outside forensic expert, Dr. L.J. Dragovich, who said that it was possible Dan McDonald's death could have been suicide. Dr. Dragovich demonstrated how he thought Dan could have taken his own life and left gunpowder residue and a hole in the pillowcase.
You can have the gun in your left hand and pull the trigger with your left index finger, where the pillowcase is entrapped between the muscle and the hand.
Dr. Dragovich also points out that gunpowder residue tests weren't conducted on Dan McDonald's hands, which might have proved he had fired the weapon.
It would have made a stronger case for the prosecution. Of course, had there been positive gunpowder residue on the hands of the decedent, it would have closed the case.
The medical examiner says it wasn't necessary.
We did not test for gunshot residue at the time of autopsy, and in my opinion, it would not have given any significance to the overall findings of the case, in that a person can be found with gunshot residue on their hands, even if they're in close proximity to another person firing a gun. So that's a test that's, although often referred to, is not routinely performed.
As in most cases, it's the jury's job to make the final judgment.
We find the defendant.
Yeah, usually that's how that works.
Members of the jury, those in your verdict as recorded, you say guilty of first degree premeditated murder? Yes.
Her daughter Erin told the judge to show no mercy.
I don't understand why this had to happen to us. We had a good family. My father was a good man. And I thought my parents had a very loving relationship. And I ask that you give the maximum. Thank you.
Cynthia McDonald was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. She continues to claim that she is innocent of killing her husband, whom she calls Mac.
Mac committed suicide. I didn't kill my husband. I loved him. Had nothing to gain by his death and everything to lose. This has devastated my children, split the family apart.
Cynthia is devoid of a conscience, devoid of any responsibility, and she will never admit her guilt.
Even though Cynthia studied books on forensics, she didn't realize that science would tell the real story.
You know, maybe she had read just enough that she thought she could do it and get away with it. And had read not yet enough to realize that there's a whole lot more about in real life than there is in the storybook version.
And Cynthia's other mistake was in changing the plot.
They changed the plot.
Trying to make the death look like an intruder killed her husband. But when she forgot to create the illusion of forced entry, she
has shit to buy, man.
To change her story.
Who got time? Who got time to be grieving when there's money to be spent?
In this case, if she wanted it to look like a homicide, it certainly did.
Cynthia McDonald bragged she could write the book on the perfect murder. Well, she should have read the final chapter.
Oh, burned. Literally burned. Now someone is burning something. Awesome. Awesome. Right on cue.
The cause of the fire and the identity of the victims were unclear. But a closer look at the fire scene revealed something hidden in the ashes. Could gas chromatography, a burned pair of eyeglasses, and a half-smoked cigarette solve the case?
Guilty. Lesson to all you smokers, don't butt them out too soon.
On a spring night in March of 1999, firefighters in Iowa City rushed to an apartment building engulfed in flames near the University of Iowa campus.
When they arrived, they had fire blowing out windows and doors of the apartment building. Immediately had the opportunity to initiate an aggressive fire attack.
Just inside the entrance, firefighters found what appeared to be a body. Then, in the back bedroom, another gruesome discovery.
they were unable to see. And so, feeling their way around the apartment and checking on the bed, they found the second victim.
A driver's license found next to one of the bodies belonged to 29-year-old Laura Watson Dalton, a paramedic who had come to Iowa City to visit her cousin.
She had really loved the town, and it was St. Patrick's Day, and that was one of her favorite holidays. And I think because
she's a drunko. She was a drunko.
For St. Patrick's Day,
She liked to drink.
visit friends.
Yeah, that's exactly what that means. You tell me a little while. St. Patrick's Day, she can start drinking at 7 a.m.
An environmental scientist who was in town on a business trip and was staying at a nearby hotel.
We was hoping and praying it was her, but back in our minds, we kind of knew it was. They had found her blazer in the parking ramp, and it hadn't been driven for a while.
The apartment was rented to 3 college students who claimed they were out of town on the night of the fire. The man said they gave no one permission to stay there.
The
They
lights
also
were on.
denied knowing either Laura Watson or Maria Lehner. At the morgue, the medical examiner found evidence that the women were dead before the fire started.
The fire started.
In the lungs of either victim. Therefore, we're able to conclude scientifically that they expired prior to the fire.
Yeah, it was evident that they had both been killed by blunt force trauma to the head.
Inside the apartment, investigators found a barbell that contained blood and human hair, leading to
Awesome.
speculation that this was the murder weapon. They also found a gasoline container.
Finding a gasoline can in a hallway of the apartment.
I mean anything. Someone just likes gas in the hallway of their apartment. That's all that means. Quit reading into things. Stoneheart, she's going to do a family feud. Stoneheart, you still there? Those boys ever play with fire when they were younger? They ever get their parents' lighter and start looking at it and stuff? Sam Donaldson, Darwin.
They expect to air it out later today. It will start, but that still is an issue. And Zach Charbonnet is out for the year with a torn ACL. Kenneth Walker now becomes the workhorse. And we mentioned the Denver Broncos having to turn to Jarrett Stidham. Well, let's take a look at everybody's backups today in the event that they need to turn to their own backup quarterback today. Josh Dobbs in New England, Sam Ellinger for Denver, Jimmy Garoppolo with the Rams.
Jimmy Garoppolo's their
This is the 7th time in 12 seasons.
man. That's a good backup quarterback for the Rams. Damn.
This is a Jimmy G kind of day. He's starting a bunch of them. I love
Jimmy G, man, I won't be sleeping on him. Late dinner. But did the boys ever play with lighters when they ever try to start fires and stuff when they were younger? That's play with lighters.
This is something that they are going to try and get accomplished. That would be almost unprecedented.
Yeah, unprecedented. Let's start it with that game, fellas, huh? AFC Championship on the line at the Broncos.
Here we go, boys. All the marbles. For all the marbles.
I'm not sure. Listen, it is his 3rd year in the system, though, with Sean Payton. And listen, don't expect the game plan to change. Sean Payton will keep his foot on the gas. We'll see if this young QB can handle it. And guess what? There's just a small challenge on the other side of the ball. Patriots defense giving up less than 10 points a game in these playoffs. Oh, yeah, and have 6 takeaways. Can't wait to see it, Stiddy. Come on. Thank you to show Stiddy. Well, how about me showing Drake May? One thing about it, Drake May.
They didn't try to start fires and stuff. Well, that's not fun. So the Army man, he must be leaving pretty soon. Friday, what? Friday or Saturday is the last day of January.
You got Benito, you got Cooper, you got Allen. They're not to get the ball out of your hand, Drake May. Here's the mud. You can't advance, you're not not punched that ticket yet. New England is going down in Denver. Cannot wait to see this one here, Brew.
Well, you heard about Shefty talking about how Zach Charbonnet's out for the season with an ACL. Enter Kenneth Walker. This guy's the most dangerous back, one of the most dangerous backs in football. Big explosive.
Trump's coming. What did they say about Trump and Iran? They were saying something about Trump and Iran.
Last week, he set a career high, tied a career high, 3 touchdowns. This guy just needs more opportunity. Charbonnet disappointed that he's out, but this guy is more than capable of getting it done in Seattle.
I'm with the rest of the Los Angeles Rams. What's it going to be? Let's stop the run so we put the game in Sam Darnold's hands. Who would have thought nose tackle is going to be a big part of it? You see the athletic ability, the range of the nose tackle defensive tackle to make it from sideline to sideline against zone runs, to take on blocks like this. He knows what it's like to tackle running back. He knows what it's like to tackle as a running back. He was in high school. You see Puna Ford right here. Nobody.
Now we're buying it. That's the. Don't worry, we're not gonna have to redo the flags because we're gonna let Minnesota succeed, and Greenland's gonna become the 50th state again.
Seahawks and Rams have played 57 games against each other. In those 57 games, you add up their combined total. The Seahawks have outscored them by 1 point in 57
games.
That's
1 point.
Rams have seen all of them. These two teams have been. Match goes back to its inception. You guys know this fella.
We ain't taking it. We're gonna acquire it. Maybe if we go in there and invade and take it by force, then yeah, maybe.
Wake up. This is NFL Combat. The Legion of Boom. My main man Boomer goes all access with the Seahawks defense, as they now have their own new nickname.
They would always make comparisons to Legion Boom, and I think they got to a point late in the season where we're like, hey man, I think it's about time we deserve our own name or our own identity.
And Drake May takes us aside why this week means more than just a game.
Coach Rabel, we appreciate all the legends, the greats that come back, and
There he is, right there. God bless him. Not Teddy Bruschi. Idiot. He annoyed me at all of them.
I think this is one time, and it was the wrong time.
Since the victims had been murdered on 2 different nights, the killer apparently had free access to the apartment and could come and go as he pleased. But the college students who rented it said they had no idea who the killer was.
Okay, Bruschi. No, I just thought he was overrated.
Examined the scene for clues. Investigators noticed a hole in the outside wall of the apartment, and there was a gas container found just inside the front door. To see if an accelerant had been used, investigators placed some of the debris in an airtight container and sent it to the lab for analysis. Criminalists placed an activated charcoal strip into the can overnight, then washed it with the carbon disulfide. The vials were placed in a gas chromatograph mass spectrometer for analysis.
And it'll separate it out based on the physical properties and chemical properties of the components of what ignitable liquid may be in that sample. And everything flows to the instrument at a different rate, and it'll actually separate out those, and you'll see the individual components of each component.
Yeah, he annoys me.
The result.
He just rubs me the wrong way.
Gasoline had been.
Beautiful. I'm not compensating. You're compensating. More mini options so you can get more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Oh my. In the debris, the fire had destroyed any prints that might have been on the matchbook. Steve Duffy looked through all of the photos taken at the fire scene, searching for items that may have been overlooked. In one of the photographs, he noticed something that looked like a pair of eyeglasses. When he returned to the apartment, they were still there.
They were very obviously prescription eyeglasses, and I hoped that I could go back through those prescriptions to find the owners.
None of the tenants or victims owned the glasses.
Ooh.
Duffy also found a cigarette butt, still very much intact.
Smoking like he got him.
Had been smoked, had not been put out, had not been stomped out on the floor.
In other words, it was still burning when it hit the carpet.
Still smoking.
Investigators suspected that the perpetrator lit a cigarette, then started to pour the gasoline throughout the apartment. At some point,
Smart move.
his cigarette probably ignited the gases.
Smart move.
He received a burn on his nose. He either swatted at his face and knocked his glasses off, or the glasses fell off his face and the cigarette flew out of his mouth.
Yeah, don't be an idiot when you're trying to pour gasoline. Don't have a cigarette in your mouth. An idiot. I see people do that all the time. Like, man, how fucking stupid are
He
you?
may also have been missing his eyeglasses.
I can clean your teeth, but I can't wash your whole mouth.
Yes, we're toothbrushes.
It's not the gasoline doesn't ignite. You know, the liquid doesn't ignite. It's the fume that ignites it.
Listerine. Wash your mouth. I thought it was just a fatty liver, but it's actually MASH. It's serious. It's scarring that liver, and it requires more than losing weight.
This difference is need for MASH in order to enhance liver scarring.
Julie Edelman. all he does is catches sixes. There's a double meaning to that. There was this joke that when they say all he does is catch sixes, is that was referring to like the girls he gets are only like if you rated them 1 through 10, they'd only be a 6.
Lowering of your skin or eyes, stomach pain. Tell your doctor if taking cyclosporin, clopidogrel, or statins. Side effects include diarrhea, itching, dizziness, constipation.
Restifra made a difference.
Yeah, I've seen shit like that's what I was referring to. Sometimes people are drunk.
Your loved ones will feel at home on center stage, at the school dance, or away from home. Cuddling softness, long-lasting familiar freshness.
Julian, during that whole last like the 3 year, you know, from like Seattle. Well, no, I don't think I was dating her then. I was dating a girl that it was during the last time the Pats went to the Super Bowl for 3 years straight. They lost the second one, but won the first and third one. And she used to love Julian Edelman. I'm like, you need to find someone else to be your favorite Patriot. All he does is catch sixes, so that implies that you're only a 6. She did not like that when I would say that. I feel like you need to stop. You need to have a new favorite player on the Patriots. You can't root for Julian Edelman, no, because all he does is catch sixes. So that implies that you're only a 6, and I'm only with a 6. So no, you need to stop that. So no, I actually do like Julian Edelman. I hated Wes Walker. I despised Wes Walker the most.
Less joint pain, stiffness, and swelling is possible. And your via even reduced fatigue. Serious allergic reactions and increased.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. Yeah.
Before treatment.
Wes Walker, man. I used to trash him all the time. I remember when he was with the Broncos and with Peyton Manning the first time they went to the Super Bowl and played Seattle. I remember them showing him. I was hanging out with my ex-wife watching that game. I remember saying to her, I go, this guy is going to fuck it up. I go, Denver's going to lose because Wes Walker is going to fuck something up. And I want to say he was in the punt return for the first play, and he dropped the punt return in the Super Bowl. And dude's only like 5'3". The guy's a midget. I would say, look at that little. I was like, who's that little boy on the field? Look out, that little boy's gonna get hurt. Look out, get him off the field because he was so small. Poor Wes Walker. Wes Walker. Hopefully things went well for him. I shouldn't bang on anyone that hard.
That included a VCR or two and some other electronic equipment. Investigators checked
Like, who's that little boy on the field?
sold the stolen goods. And they got their first break.
Like, I knew that guy was gonna fuck it up. Every time I was like, man, this guy is gonna fuck it up.
Just a few days earlier, in Iowa, anyone selling to a pawn shop must show some form of identification with an address. The man who sold the items was John Memmer, a 23-year-old drifter, known around town as a partier.
The fire starter.
Memmer was very adept at inviting himself to those after-hours parties. Because of that,
Probably because he had cocaine. he had some kind of drug. Trust me, I've been to those types of parties where you're like, how the fuck did this homeless dude get in here? He knows how to get drugs. Okay, that's why. All right, I get it now.
One of the apartment tenants.
Yep. All right, so he's supplying everyone. I get the dynamic now. So I'm assuming that's what this dynamic was.
Job. He wasn't enrolled as a student. He was sleeping where he could.
Yep. Yep.
Very transfers, and yes, that made it more difficult to find.
Yeah, dude can get some drugs though. I bet. I bet dude could get you whatever you wanted.
Who was on probation at the time for a forgery conviction.
Yep. Yep.
When he was questioned, investigators noticed he had a burn injury on his nose.
Christian McCaffrey. Nice.
The apartment while the tenants were
Do you ever remember Ed McCaffrey that played for the Broncos?
stereo and television set.
His brother at the time. This was back in like '90, it was mid '90s. His like popularity and his best years are like the late '90s with the Broncos. So his brother went to one of the colleges in Bangor, and we used to go. We'd go harass him while he was playing basketball. We'd make fun of his brother. We'd make fun of him.
another pair of glasses.
People hated it. It was fucking hilarious.
An optometrist determined
Ed McCaffrey. I can't remember what his brother's name was now, but he played basketball for Husson.
the lenses matched the
So when they were playing, we'd go over there and just shout things about Ed McCaffrey.
He would not leave his eyeglasses laying around. So to find his eyeglasses at the scene of a double homicide and arson.
Allegedly, Randy Moss's son goes to school at UMaine, University of Maine at Orono. And I was working with a kid that he rented a place in Orono. It was a house, and it was like 6 of them. But they had this was stupid too, and I made fun of them. They had Randy Moss's son over, and they would posting that online, like on Facebook and wherever else, whatever other social media they had. Like, oh man, we had Randy Moss's son over at our place. And I was like, what the? Who gives a fuck? I'm like, big deal. I'm like, I'd be more impressed if it was Randy Moss. I mean, cool, I guess. I don't know. Like, what are you supposed to say to that? We had Randy Moss's son over here. Was he paying for stuff or something? Was he like buying it? Was was he just hanging out there?
Police needed more proof.
Randy Moss's son's hanging out over in an apartment. Yeah, great. So he's probably graduated by now, because this has been at least 3 years ago.
Print on a button, a snap or something.
Criminalist specimen checked the jacket.
I get the kid that I worked with. He was decent, but they would just sensationalize things like that. It wouldn't be something I'd be like, oh yeah, man, be bragging about. Like, I wouldn't be bragging about it. If someone said, yeah, I was like, yeah. If it was like came up in a casual conversation, that's one thing. But if you're going out of your way to brag about Randy Moss's son's hanging out in your apartment or house or whatever, I really don't. Like, what? Okay. I don't know how that's cool for you, but I guess whatever. I guess I don't know.
John Memmer when he was taken into custody. Both prints were the same size.
Seems more impressive if it's Randy Moss's son that we bragging about. I don't know. If I was Randy Moss's son, that makes more sense. But yeah, Randy Moss is my dad. Like, I get that one. It's not like Randy Moss is gonna come over and hang out. Randy Moss doesn't even live in this state that I know of.
This is always crazy. You were the next one, man.
And I don't think his son even played for the football team. I think that's the other thing. I don't think he even played football.
Your new rate better than the old? Yes. My rate dropped significantly, which helped lower my monthly payments.
Consolidate your debt with a SoFi personal loan. Get a low fixed rate, no fees required, and funding as soon as the same day you sign.
COPD is hard, but Nucala can mean less flare-ups. Nucala is a once-monthly add-on injection for uncontrolled COPD with a specific marker of inflammation. Nucala is not for sudden breathing problems. Allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away for swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or cough.
It's it was last time I looked, it was -2. I think we're supposed to get up to like 8 or 9 degrees today. And then this evening we're supposed to get between I don't know, 8 to 20 inches of snow.
And this is after. This year, don't just lose weight, lose stubborn fat and sagging extra skin permanently at Sono Bello.
I wanted the results of the tummy tuck, but not the downtime.
We've helped
Not the expense.
transform.
You want that flat stomach? You go get that flat stomach.
Schedule your free, no obligation consultation. Our flexible payment options make it easy to get started today. Call or go to sonobello.com right now.
Hey, how's it going? Smash that like button and subscribe if you already haven't. That'd be awesome. I'd appreciate it so much.
My heart has experienced life-changing wins, losses, and countless miles. To keep living at my speed, I trust Cunol Co.
Jesus, he don't look good. Tony Hawk, holy fuck. I guess they're not gonna show him again, but man, he did not look good.
But for too long, outdated eating meds have been obsessed with your plumbing, giving means off to the spark that starts in your brain way before anything even twitches. That's why we made Rugia Ready, the first eating med that works on both brain and body, with sildenafil and tadalafil to help optimize your body's natural response, and apomorphine to complement.
Yeah, maybe just because I'm not a big Skater fan, like you know, but I know the name and I know what he looks like. Maybe it's just because I haven't seen him in a long time, and I'm remembering him from back like the mid-20s when the Tony Hawk Skater games first came out.
He said, my garage is full, then go to the overflow. Well, I heard him, I was right here. So stand quiet. I bet you guys have driven some.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it more like you know, people that you see on a consistent basis. You know, you don't notice their change over time. But if you've gone like several years without seeing them, like 10 years or something, then that's when it's noticeable. And any time I've probably seen him probably any time I've seen him recently or before this commercial or in the past, however you say that, in the last few years have been old clips probably from 20 years ago of him. Or I just see the name and I think of the last time I saw him versus actually seeing him.
The DNA from the blood on the shoe.
That's right. We got ice out.
It just made it just more sad because you kind of knew what he had to do to get to his shoes.
That was critical. It showed that John Memmer had been in contact with Maria Lehner, even though he denied it, and that at some point he was with Maria Lehner.
Yeah, he was hooking her up with coke.
John Memmer was charged.
He was her coke connect. That's why. I swear to God. I swear to God. Any after-hour house party you go to from like a club or something, there's always a dude that's like, he just couch surfs on everyone's. He just does this rotation because he gets people drugs or he has drugs on him.
Prosecutors believe John Memmer broke into the apartment when he knew the tenants were out of town.
Yeah, because he just supply him with drugs. I guarantee it.
Lured Laura Dalton to the apartment on Wednesday evening isn't clear.
Cocaine.
Prosecutors believe Memmer may have made a sexual advance, which was rejected.
Exactly.
In a rage, Memmer killed Laura with a blow to the head.
I guarantee it. There's this one dude in particular that I would know. When people ask him what he did for a job, he's like, I'm an art dealer. Yeah.
On Friday,
Oh, an art dealer. All right. Yeah, man. So you can get me an 8-ball or what? What's going on? Yeah, I'm not interested in your crappy art. Guarantee it. Guarantee this dude was something like that. I guarantee he could score fucking drugs for people. Guarantee it.
caused fumes to build in the small apartment, and his cigarette caused the explosion. It knocked his glasses off, burned his nose, and the cigarette butt and match.
Yeah, because you don't ignite the liquid, you ignite the fumes.
Just smoking a cigarette because he left behind valuable evidence and nearly killed himself.
At the trial, it wasn't just the forensic evidence that made an impression on the jury. Memmer was sporting a new tattoo as he sat.
Well, not even that. It's just the fact that they can score and people want them to go get it for them. I'm sure he'd do something with them, maybe. Who knows?
That was significant because John Memmer did not want one teardrop at the corner of his eye, but he wanted two.
Talk about not very smart. Going to the trial with those on his eyes, and the jury can see it easily.
When I questioned him about that at trial, he claimed they were for two friends of his that had died in an automobile accident. But I think that was pretty powerful, damning evidence. In truth, in the aggregate, it was a small piece of circumstantial evidence, but it was an interesting addition to the totality of the case.
John Memmer was convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison.
Well,
Maria Lehner's family says it's ironic that science helped find her killer.
Because she hated science.
She was a biology major. She loved science. So knowing that the blood on the shoe and all the other forensic evidence was what put him away, I'm sure she would.
Yes, exactly. Arrest Tim Waltz. He's probably got fucking. He's got like a Scarface setup for coke.
Where the evidence led, and it pointed to Mr. Memmer.
He received 2 life sentences. John Memmer will obviously serve one of his life sentences here on this earth. If I was John Memmer, I would be worried about where I would spend a second life sentence. It may be a lot hotter there than the fire that he started.
Yeah, I guess he was. Oh man.
Called police to report the same murder. Apparently, neither one knew that the other had called. The investigation uncovered even more unusual circumstances. But a few tiny seeds and a discarded candy wrapper were more than just insignificant clues. They told a story.
They broke the case wide open. Speaking of that life sentence, I was reading, or I saw a YouTube video about this dude that he died. Like he was in prison, he was in jail for a life sentence, and he died. And he's like, well, I can get free now, right? Because I died. So I served a life sentence, and because they brought him back to life. I don't know if he's still appealing his sentence or what, but he claims he should be free because he died.
Pamela worked as a
and then was brought back to life. So he's claiming when he died, that's when that life sentence ended.
Her life was her 5-year-old son, Tony. On the Friday before Memorial Day.
Yep, so is Maine. Maine is turning into that.
Feeling well and asked if they could take care of her son overnight. She told them she was just going to take a bath and go to bed. But before she did, she spoke with her boyfriend.
She says, what time are you getting off today? I said, well, I gotta work pretty late. It's gonna be late. She says, well, I want you to come over. I said, it's gonna be really late. She says, I want you to come over tonight.
I mean, technically he's right. I mean, yeah, he did die, so that he did fulfill a life sentence.
He knew something was terribly wrong.
Do we have Somalis? Oh man, we're filled with fucking Somalis. The ICE is just coming in. ICE just came in Saturday or Friday. No. Google Maine and Lewiston. Google Lewiston, Maine, Somalia. There's one that lives right over here. There's one that lives right. There's people out there. See that apartment right up there? Oh, of course we're all blurred out. We'll go out in a minute. But that top floor apartment, there's Somalis that live up there. Probably a fucking daycare. That's they were dropped off here. Like they didn't have a vehicle when they first moved in. They got dropped off one night by this I call her Karen. I never spoke to her or talked to her, but she had mask placed on, blonde-headed white woman. Dropped them off here, no vehicle. The next day they got a brand new Subaru. That yellow bumper sticker on there, I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of hard. We'll go out in a minute when people aren't out there. There's a dude over there smoking and shit.
Police now had a dead woman and 2 men at the house.
Yeah. I used to live in Lewiston, dude. It was overflowed with them. I didn't actually live in Lewiston. I lived in Green, Maine, but I was from where I lived in Green. I was a mile away from Lewiston. Yeah, oh yeah, ICE is in here now, man. ICE is coming. No, yeah, we got a bunch of them.
I thought it was just a fatty liver, but it's actually MASH. It's serious. It's scarring my liver, and it requires more than losing weight.
Like I said, that chick came in, man. They did not. She came with a dude too. She had a husband or something. I haven't seen the husband said for like 2 or 3 months. I think he's hiding in there. Recently, I've been saying when I see her out there, I go, look out for the ice. It's icy out here. Look out for the ice. The ice is coming tonight. Look out for ice. We have fun over here. Yeah, we got a bunch of fucking Somalis. Lewiston, I think Edward has won like, I don't know, they dominate soccer because they got all fucking Somalis. All the kids are Somalis, all the nuns play soccer. So they've won like 5 or 6 straight state titles now.
You can set your own deadlines and keep up with all the life's important moments.
Skincare can start with a laundry group. That's why I always recommend all food clear for sensitive skin. It's free of dyes and perfume. It's a key part of my self-care routine, and it's gentle for my skin. And first, fortified that's gentle on skin.
No, yeah, we got plenty of fucking Somalis. Yeah, they got that. I ain't kidding. That couple that came over, they did not have a vehicle the first night they showed up. And I'm not kidding. The next day, they had that brand new fucking Subaru. Then another Somali chick moved in like a month later. I don't know if you're here for the stream where that apartment got flooded. She was living in that apartment that got flooded. Same thing with her. She got dropped off by some white chick from Massachusetts. And then she didn't have a vehicle. Next day she had She got the same exact fucking Subaru, but it's gray. Next day, she had a brand new Subaru. Let me tell you, living in these complexes, it ain't fucking cheap. It's expensive living over here. And those apartments across from me are 2-bedroom, and they're even more fucking expensive. brand new. I couldn't. The second time I could believe it. Like I believed it the second time. The first time I was like, they got a brand new fucking Subaru. Fucking ice is coming. Look out. Look out for the ice.
Everybody's a suspect. And when they got out there, they have Patrick Walsh. He's a suspect. He's secured. He's handcuffed. They processed the scene. Larry Fleck was at the neighbor's house. Another officer.
Yeah. No doubt, man. I had a front row seat to it. I totally like. I'm like, holy fuck. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably a fucking daycare. It's probably a daycare up there. The Leering Center too. The Leering Center too. It's right across there. This is how fucking stupid they are too. Maybe they do it deliberate, but ICE wouldn't be thrown off by this. But they, there's only one of them. Like I said, I haven't seen the dude probably for 2 months. Because it was a couple. It was like a husband. I'm assuming a husband and wife. I saw the husband for a while, but I haven't seen him probably for 2 months. And I'm here a lot because I work 2 days out of the work week. I work from home, and then I'm here on the weekends. So 4 out of 7 days I'm here all the time. It's not like I'm watching them, but I mean that's their apartment right from my living room window, so I can notice if I have the blinds open, someone moving around. Exactly. You should see them. Holy fuck! You should see them. You should see her drive. You should see them drive. They were doing weird shit with you could tell they never owned a car before. Just the way they were doing. I don't know. Just the way they they'd hang out in the car when they first got it. They'd be sitting in the back seat of it with the car off, hanging out. Who knows what they were fucking doing? I'd be out there, I'd be sitting right where I'd be sitting right here, and I got a front row view of everything. Oh my God, you should. Oh my God, oh my fucking God is all I can say. Oh my God, you should see him try to drive in here. It's a masterclass of how. It's I'm thinking how can you fuck that up that bad? I go, I couldn't deliberately go out there and try to drive that badly. I'm like, well, how the fuck did you misjudge this shit all the time?
Perhaps the most bizarre incident in the case was that Walsh's car was
Oh yeah.
ditch next to Pam's driveway. Walsh said he accidentally drove into the ditch when going for help. Both Patrick Walsh and Pam's boyfriend Fleck had what appeared to be bloodstains on their trousers. And they both had plausible...
All right, let's go see who was out on the... There's someone out on the balcony. I'll go take a look. If you can see that yellow bumper sticker, it says student driver or something to that extent. And the other chick that has the same exact Subaru, but it's like a gray, that's a silver, has the same exact bumper sticker. It's fucking hilarious. I I'm going to. I'm going to. But yeah, she used to. They live right up there on that the top floor. The chick used to live until it got that apartment got flooded. Lived right down there. They had the exact same Subaru, but hers was gray. Like I said, same scenario. They can't. Someone dropped them off with Massachusetts license plates. The next day, they had a brand new, like I said, brand new fucking Subaru. Both times. It was fucking crazy. Yeah, man. It was fucking nuts. Like, I've seen this shit firsthand. Like, I didn't notice when I was living in Lewiston. I didn't notice it as much because I lived, like I said, I lived like a green in a different town, just a mile over from where I was. But I was more in like the farm country part, so I wasn't actually in like the more rural kind of like cul-de-sacs and like areas like that. So I didn't get a real gauge, but there was a lot of Somali people there. But there was a huge population of Somalis that moved here in 2000 too.
Get ready. The new Wegovy pill is now available through Weight Watchers. Powerful GLP-1 results in a simple pill at the lowest.
Exactly. Yeah, we're paying for exactly. I'm paying for that. It's going to come into a time where there's going to be a tax revolt, especially after this fraud gets more widely exposed. People are going to be like, "Why the fuck am I paying for this?"
As a neurologist, my patients are often concerned with age-related memory decline. I recommend Qunol Brain Health with two powerful.
If it was in the founding fathers' time, imagine what they'd be fucking out there. They'd probably be out there fucking breaking in and taking those cars back.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one, your sister, your buddy, the ones who always show up. They all have that little extra, something. And maybe you got it too.
Start the unit drive. Right now, our qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on 2026 Silverado 1500 pickups.
And I've worked in the home, like the behavioral health home, the social service fucking social services field for the last 20 years. So I'm always telling people, I'm like, they need to look, and this is before like the Somalis or anyone else. I'm like, they need to look into these group homes for the fraud. That's where the fraud starts. It's all easy to commit fucking healthcare fraud, especially in group homes. Even like some of these legit agencies, I'm like, they need to be looked into.
While investigating the murder of 35-year-old Pamela Sweeney, police had 3 suspects. Pam's ex-husband, her boyfriend.
No, you can't. You can't. And there's even in Bangor, there was an agency that got shut down because they were committing so much. They're white. They're crackers. They were crackers. But they were committing. This family was committing so much fucking wealth. They owned a bunch of houses with people that had MR or they had behavioral issues. And they were fucking scamming like crazy. They were just so blatant about it. That's why they got caught. They were just so. This woman was Raina Getchell. You Google that. I'm sure that will come up. If you put Maine, Bangor, Maine, Raina Getchell, she'll pop right the fuck up. But they were committing so much fucking fraud and in the fucking open about it, like just not giving a fuck, just blatant about it. It took fucking years for them to get caught. And prior to that, the state gave her like, I don't know, probably like 5 or 6 chances throughout the years to correct the mistakes and frauds they were committing. they would bill if there was only one person, if they only had one staff in the house, they would bill for as many as staff as possible, even if the staff wasn't working, and they would put it in their they would use their kids, because they had a bunch of adopted kids and shit. So they would say that those kids were working during those times and collect the fucking money that way. I've been telling people about, I'm like, if you want to cut up on some of the fucking fraud and save the taxpayers some money, you want to look into these agencies. And this was before it got so bad with the Somalis.
Examined the various bits of leaves, grass, and other vegetation from Walsh's clothing.
Because I could see it. I'm like, do you not see how easy this is to commit fraud? Like I said, this is called the Getchell Agency. And they, like I said, they were just blatant about it. They were just like, just it was like transparent. And they didn't do anything for like 10 years.
Discovered another species on Walsh's clothes, seeds from an aspen tree, which are called bracts.
Aspen is common in Minnesota, but it's not the sort of thing that you see in someone's backyard.
The combination of an aspen seed and quackgrass told Dr. Chalowa that Patrick Walsh had been in a wooded area with high weeds. Dr. Chalowa discovered an area behind Pamela's shed that was untended and overgrown.
There was a lot of quackgrass in there. A number of other things too, but the quackgrass was, and it had clearly been flowering and fruiting in that woodlot.
She also found numerous aspen plants. The area Dr. Chalowa identified.
Let's get where's all the transient couch surfers? We need some drugs over here.
Exactly. There's an advantage there. All right, outstanding. So those are the numbers. That's what they tell us. Let's see what the pictures look like. Teddy, obviously, no one has watched them.
Oh, here comes Teddy Bruschi. What's he gonna be saying?
Okay, Cat gave us the facts. I'll give you the film here.
Oh, I'm sure, Teddy. Yeah, tell us, please.
You got the A-gap and B-gap escape. And now it's fundamentally what quarterbacks want to do. You want to protect the ball and you want to get up in the pocket. So get up in the pocket. You don't want to get out the back of the pocket there. You see him step up here, protect the football, which is going to be big.
What the hell do you know about protecting the football, Teddy? You never fucking. How many times did you catch a ball? Twice or something on interceptions? I don't know. You barely handled the ball.
Inside rushers, they all rush past the quarterback. Drake May hits the A-gap, B-gap escape. There's the green field going down the field, and this is what we're going to need against the Broncos for the New England Patriots.
No bias there. That's what we're gonna need. Yeah, okay. I mean, I kind of agree with you, Teddy. Yes, but try. You're on national TV. Try to show some bias.
Drake wants to do against the Broncos. Let's go to the floor here. Open this up because what the Broncos have are two great rushers. One is Nick Benito. You see him coming off the edge here. Great edge rush. Quarterback steps up, but the big problem is this. The Broncos have a special player, and that's Zach Allen. First team All-Pro, led the league in quarterback hits. And here it is, Zach Allen. You see him right here beating the guard, getting up the field, watch him flat. Flat because he knows he does not want to have the A-gap, B-gap escape, gets the quarterback down on the ground. This is the battle today. Drake against the edge rushers, and also Zach Allen in the A and B gaps. All four quarterback stories today are just compelling as can possibly be.
Oh, I'm sure the NFL loves that. What a coincidence.
Stafford, the Hall of Famer, and then you have Darnold, who has been so good these last 2 years, with one exception, and it's been against the Rams, the team he has to play today. Really, you hit the nail on the head. Listen, this guy's won 29 football games the last 2 years. That's more than anybody in the NFL.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl though.
But if there's one defense that's given him fits, it's this Rams defense. Again, even going back to last year in the wild card round, this is the defense that essentially knocked him out of Minnesota, right?
Christ, the Rams, they're like the Detroit Lions light. They got all kinds of former Detroit Lions players.
Sam Darnold, right? Again, he's got to come up and handle
Stafford. They got a bunch of defensive guys. I don't know if they still play, but they did 2 or 3 years ago.
Both these guys dipping out. They get double edge pressure. Mind games. The corner.
I stopped watching football for after Tom Brady retired. I couldn't watch it without him. So I took a few years off, and I just started watching. I probably took like four or five seasons off. I mean, I'd catch the Super Bowl. I'd know who would be playing, you know, but I wouldn't watch any of the season or watch just going through Tom Brady withdrawals. So when I started watching this season, I didn't realize on the kickback they have to wait until the receiver, the punt returner catches the ball, or and they were like standing there. I'm like, why the fuck is everyone standing? I'm like, they're supposed to be fucking moving around, going down the field. It took me a while. Then I realized I'm like, I bet they changed. I'm like, I bet they. It took me a few weeks to catch on. I'm like, I bet they changed the rules. So then I Googled it because I was curious. And sure enough, they changed it. So that was, and then the helmet. Some of the helmet, I was like, what the fuck are these helmets? What is going on with the helmets? Like, is that a real helmet?
We'll see if he's got it figured out. We'll see if the Rams have anything else left to show him. What was that you were doing?
So there was, in that period, there was a lot of changes.
All right, and so we'll see if they're able to conduct something today. The New England offense, Randy, how about Stephon Diggs and his role today?
Well, one thing about it, man, showing up last week between him and Kayshawn Booty there with that one-handed catch you got.
Kayshawn, get that booty. Hit that booty. We're hitting that booty tonight. Hey, not bad. How are you doing, man?
I was tired of being told no. No to my dreams.
I had no idea if anyone would buy anything.
This is so wild that I actually, from a dream, started a business.
At DQ, we're all about and, like our new limited time crispy onion cheeseburger $7 meal deal with crispy onions.
And the fry for me.
And bacon.
And the Sunday.
Try our new crispy onion cheeseburger $7 meal deal right now at DQ.
The $4.99 double cheeseburger deal at Burger King. It's the double cheeseburger you fell in love with.
Oh, is it? That's the one I felt. I love you.
2 slices of melty cheese.
I love you, double cheeseburger. I know I do.
Let's go, boys. One thing I've noticed about football fans is they have tools like Rowdy, you're looking good. Keep it up. When you have Geico insurance, you'll always be there. They have top-notch customer service. People really care. There you go. That's what we're inside zone.
Anything for you, bud?
Cool. Could you pass the ball?
Yeah, I'll try.
Just pass the ball.
Yeah, just
Okay.
Pass it.
It feels good to be heard. It feels good to Geico.
Some dream of curling up on the couch for the night. Others dream of spending all day in their outdoor oasis. Whatever the dream, it's in reach. At IKEA, dream the possibilities. What else did we think about?
Guys, it's Sunday. And on Sunday, we should only be thinking about one thing: football and Kings Hawaiian sliders.
This beats the pants off the book club.
I call it Sliders Sunday. Football and Kings Hawaiian. Nothing like it.
Are you like it?
Happy birthday, one of a kind. Snack loving, always elegant. Rock on to Alfie. With big small hands.
Back at you, Etsy.
You are our greatest weapon. You really think you can outrun where you are?
Yeah, I'm in Maine, and it's I'm not sure what the temperature actually is right now. Cold as fuck. Last time I looked, it was -2.
God, look at the goal. No God. Unshackled.
Shelter, radar, only in Thieves Friday to get tickets now.
You shouldn't have to wonder which local florist crafts a beautiful bouquet, or how we transform I forgot into I can't wait. We've spent decades making gifting easy. 1-800-Flowers.com. Give beautifully.
No matter where you are or what you drive, Rock Auto has all the parts your car will ever need.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto. People trust Flint Seal Liquid even in extreme conditions, it's good to go down to 80 below. I can't feel my face. Flex Seal liquid because it works. Everyone's getting that new Simply Safe outdoor monitoring.
How do we compete with AI-powered outdoor cameras and live agent monitoring?
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Whoa! I didn't even see those guys. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Only the best rise into legend. NFL Honors with host John Hamm and the NFL's most prestigious awards on the line.
Have the power to be the change that we want to see.
NFL Honors presented by Invisalign, Thursday, February 5th.
Simon Williams auditioned for one man.
It's impossible for superpowered individuals to perform in major motion pictures.
I never worked again if anyone found out.
Honors to save on television quarterback, streaming January 27th, only on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's five. It's five. The highs right now are 5 degrees. Then we're supposed to get snow at like 5 p.m. It's supposed to snow until like Tuesday morning. Yeah, no. When it gets, because it was, I think it was like 8 below yet last night. I mean, it's just warmed up. Because this morning when I left, it was like still 2 below, and that was like 9:30. Like I said, it's 5 degrees. It's a high of 5 degrees right now.
The championship edition of Sunday NFL.
Here we go, boys.
There's the man himself. Alex, there's Jared Stidham warming up for a stunt unlike any we've ever seen.
Yeah, Greeny, going through his motions. You can see him doing the Dak Prescott routine here. But listen, I oddly enough, at the end of my career, went 2 years in between starts. And the ironic thing, listen, I was in year 16. I started hundreds of games. And I was a nervous wreck, fellas. Right? Like, emotionally, when I come out of my skin, I had so much anxiety. Imagine this kid. He's only started 4 games. And now he gets to start 2 years later in the AFC Championship game.
So he hasn't started for 2 years. That's good. It could be bad though. He might rise to the occasion. With everyone doubting him, he might have motivation. Oh yeah. Oh, so we're not going with it. Teddy Bruschi got excluded because he's broadcasting bullshit. Vinatieri's done more for the Patriots than him.
It's like a LeBron meme, but it's now Jared Stidham. Denver's become Stiddy City, an entire city backing him up on social media. Again, that's the story of this day. I mean, 4 teams, hopefully 2 great games, but that is the story of this day. It is time for our most popular feature. It is time for You Got Moss. We've had a lot of Moss winners.
Moss? Where's his son? We know where his son's hanging out in Orono. We know where Randy Moss's kid is. Don't worry about it. What a bunch of losers.
When I hear You Got Moss, I just see Randy Moss going up and snagging the ball.
I just see his son sitting on my couch. For that one time for 5 minutes in Orono. 25 years ago. No. Right. We got Randy Moss's son hanging out in our apartment. Yeah, big fucking deal. This was a horrible Super Bowl. Thanks a lot, Teddy. Blew it. And Randy. Losers.
Hey, little brother, the pressure's on big brother right now. Hey, but big bro, real question for you. What do you think about Puka Nacua?
I love this guy. He does everything that Rusty should talk about. Does everything, and he's like to get dirty.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, he might be on this tape, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's roll the tape, man.
Thanks for blowing it, dude. Loser. Where's your son? We know where your son is. we know where his kid is. I wonder if those guys post. Remember when Randy Moss's son was sitting on my couch? Who gives a shit?
I think that's Steve that he's doing it up against. He took it off his dome. Hey, Steve, you know what the words are? You got balls. Big Brown. All right, we got 44 seconds left. Matt Stafford finds Colby Ferguson who goes up and makes the catch. Ferguson elevates the 360 Tony. Hey, Mr. Man, you got balls. You got the competition.
Yeah, they got mossed.
That's his target. This catch is sick. That's Quintet Stiggers he's up against. Hey, Stiggers, you know the word. You got ball. Number one, Rams versus Cardinals. Hey, big brother, goes moving the cool. Here he comes. And there he goes, right over the rookie, Will Johnson. Hey, Will Johnson, that's just pooping the cool. Hey, pooping the cool. Hey, Stafford gonna need you today. Hey, but Will Johnson, you know what the words are. You got balls. Hey, big brother. That was fun. Let's go. The final four teams in the playing in the championship games. And for the Rams and Seahawks, as you know, they've already met twice this season, and both games went to the final snap. Let's go right over those games if we can here, because Alex, you did a tape earlier, which you showed.
That game must be 6 tonight or something.
All year long, except against the Rams. He had a day to forget when they met in week 11. Yeah, but it was in both matchups here early again. He got the safety in the chest. This defense is kryptonite. We'll see if he's figured it out today, but obviously it was a big story in both these games. That was the third pick he would throw on the day. Here comes the fourth. Teddy, what happens to him here? He's trying to do too much. Jump pass. Avoiding pressure just a little too much, Sam. This is the Sam Seahawks fans don't want to see today. Just settle in. Settle in, Sam. Down by 9, but Rex, you're looking for Kenneth Walker today. He punches this score in at week 11. Absolutely. You don't throw an interception on a running play, so let's go Kenneth Walker. And Randy, you know they're looking for JSN. One thing about JSN, man, he's had an exceptional year. Great throw, great catch. That would set up Myers with a chance for a 61-yard field goal that would have won it. With no time remaining. But that would have pushed his line. And so the Rams got the win 21-19. That was the first meeting. The second, you remember, in week 16 on a Thursday night. Might have been the game of the year. Stafford's team looking for the sweep in the fourth quarter, Alex. It looked like this touchdown to Nakula was going to put it away. Again, in both these games, Rams jump out to a big lead, and Stafford doing what he does best, throwing 2-yard touchdowns. You guys do it better than anybody in the NFL this time to Puka. 30-14, but the whole game, on some level, maybe Teddy, the whole season, turns on this play. This is how good this Seattle Seahawks team is. Defense gets a 3-and-out, forces the punt after the Sam Darnold interception to Kobe Turner and Rashid Shaheed. Hottest returner in football right now.
So they only won this game because they got lucky on special teams.
That was an 8-point game under 7 minutes to go, and Randy, look at Sam Darnold rolling. One thing that you showed during the play action, rolling right, rolling left. Sam Darnold doing bad man. A.J. Barner from the school of Seattle goes for the 2 and the tie, Rex, and then this crazy play in which Zach Charbonnet just picks the ball up. Yeah, this is great play design. Hey, look what I thought. And I love how his kid reacted. Knew it was a touchdown all the way, didn't he?
So they got lucky. So they got lucky.
41 yards away. One thing Alex talked about, the matchup between quarterback and his number one target, Puka Nakua, Advantage Championship Sunday. You got something to store for us, young man? So the Rams go up by 7 in the overtime. But Jason, that means that the Seahawks will get a chance to answer, and they're looking for JSN. Oh, yeah, man. Who else would you rather go to? Right? You go to your best receiver, the guy that's gotten you here all season long. I see him throw in the back of the end zone. And then the decision, Jason, rather than tying it with 3 minutes left in the overtime, to go for the 2 and the win. Yeah, I mean, I always think, listen, you got the ball, you've gotten all the way this far to this point. Why not take the momentum and try and end the game? What a game. They avoided the sweep, 38-37. Might have been the most exciting game of the entire NFL season. So these two teams.
So So the Seahawks got lucky one game.
30 yards. The Seahawks at 829. He sent up Chris Berman after Seattle. He sat down with Sam Darnold to figure out what the quarterback has learned from two of the most exciting games of the entire season.
Two round games. It's obvious where I'm going, but maybe that. The first one had a rough game, had 4 turnovers, just as the team almost won. The middle linebacker, Vernon. That's what we got, son. That's our quarterback.
It's football. He's our quarterback. We got his back. We got anything to say, quite frankly.
What did you take from that maybe you already knew about this team halfway through about togetherness?
You don't want to have games like that. And for a guy like EJ to be able to say that, I know that our entire team feels that way. For him to say that, yeah, it meant a lot to me.
Looks, it's up, it's caught. The Seahawks win, 38-37.
Hard to say your favorite moment of the year thus far, but it's gotta be way up there, especially against.
Jesus, Chris Berman's looking fucking old.
It was a great moment. I think, for our entire team to come back, like, we shouldn't have been in that situation. That was crucial for us to be able to get that win, obviously, and put us in a good position to get one seed and do what we want to do moving forward.
What do you have in your pocket, Sam, knowing
What the fuck? I feel like
Go through my process.
oh, Stoneheart. I don't know.
I think the biggest thing is just going out there and seeing what the defense is giving me.
Some bad boys.
I will have much more from Boomer later.
Yeah, enough of this nonsense.
Sure, for $7 million, $4 million from one company and $3 million from another company.
As a routine matter, insurance companies like to make sure that a person who dies in a fire is in fact their client. The tooth given to them by Rutherford's wife could be used for DNA comparison, but it wasn't enough. So they sent the charred remains.
Good. I'm glad you're getting that right now, because the Royal Prince, yeah, he likes Tom Brady. I think the Royal Prince paid Tom Brady like $1 billion to come over and play some flag football with a bunch of other old retired NFL players.
That this is a stage signal, that this is not what happened in the normal crash of a car, that this is a body that has been placed in there in a position that it was not in before.
The skull fragment also provided clues about the victim's age. The human skull has 28 different plate-like bones. These bones come together in a process called fusion. Where they meet often looks like the stitching on clothes. As a person grows older, that stitching, or fusion, tends to disappear. In this case, it was almost non-existent.
It tells me that this is not a 34-year-old. This is an individual
That's 700 years old.
certainly 50 plus, because you don't normally get that much fusion in a 34-year-old white man.
The teeth also...
Don't you sound racist.
Sometimes different races have different shaped teeth. The ones recovered from the car had shovel-shaped incisors, not something associated with a white or Caucasian person.
These teeth had characteristics that are very specific to Mongoloid, this is Japanese, Chinese, or American Indian characteristics.
In addition, the teeth had large unfilled cavities, inconsistent with a wealthy man with access to the best in dental care.
Well, he didn't like Dennis. Leave him alone. Stoneheart's in some trouble. Trouble in paradise over there.
white male. That's not what I see. What is in that car is a 50 to 60 plus year old Mexican peasant.
Mexican. What a racist bastard. Racist motherfucker.
There were even more reasons to be skeptical, and more evidence that the scene might have been staged. Insurance investigators looked more closely at the medic alert pendant and the watch found in the ashes. If the body had burned almost to ashes, why did these items remain relatively intact? And witnesses said
they were hoeing around
on the back of Rutherford's car earlier in the day, but no bicycle was found at the accident site. If it wasn't Madison Rutherford in the
Just
car,
hoeing around. That's what they were doing.
and where was Madison Rutherford?
Drunk as fuck. He was off of the Caymans with a suitcase full of money. Hey, where's the Army man going for training? Do you know, or is that classified?
And for me, it was a school of opportunity. I feel like I had a support system behind me within the school. They provided me the opportunity to get my degree as well as to take a full-time job. UMGC put me on a path to be successful by giving me credit for my certifications and transferring my prior course credits. UMGC supported me and allowed me to achieve my goals.
Alright, next we need a suggestion. Home and auto insurance.
Yeah, where's he going though? Not when, where?
Alright.
And you just ordered a pizza.
This could be great. I love pizza. Menopause really impacted my hair. I experienced postpartum machete.
He's going. He's gonna be a big boy.
My life. So I'm grateful Mutual has a product targeted for whatever I'm going through.
No.
Your ED could be in your head.
Wow, you're really involved. really get involved over there.
That's why we made Rougia Red, the first ED med that works on both brain and body, with sildenafil and tadalafil to help optimize your body's natural response, and apomorphine to complement that reaction in your brain. So don't just get a reaction.
I like getting reactions.
Struggling with GLP-1 side effects? All new Weight Watchers GLP-1 Success Program is designed to help you more weight and get expert support.
That's what I forgot to fucking do. Fuck. I forgot something. Fuck.
Get started at weightwatchers.com/GLP-1.
Oh, yeah,
You play by the rules. But things happen. Prices climb faster than your paycheck.
Yep.
And every month, a new surprise.
Sure I do.
Little by little, the
Bit by bit.
So how do you
Fletch is working overtime.
one step at a time? It starts with a call, then a plan. And just like that, you're back on track. With National Debt Relief, you have a powerful team in your corner. We work directly with your creditors, so you pay less than you owe, in less time than you think. When debt happens, we're here to help you take action. And this is where your new chapter begins. Call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to find out how quickly you can become debt-free.
Having one of those busy days, living the dream.
I could use this in a hands.
This is always crazy. If you were the next one, man.
No money, no trophy, no one but each other. And afraid new seasons of the Blue 15 discovery.
No phone, not coming home for a month, and they...
Forensic scientists were certain that Madison Rutherford was not the man killed in the car explosion.
If he ain't, you won't see him again. If you don't make it. If you don't make it, get some consequences.
The The authorities weren't the only ones concerned. His neighbor, Brigida Beck, had entrusted Madison Rutherford with her entire life savings, about $500,000, and she wanted to know where it was.
I was uncomfortable about the whole thing. I said, well, how is this going to play out? When do I get my money? When do I have a clear picture of this whole thing?
Brigida went to the Rutherfords' home and asked Rennie for answers.
She, said, I need to speak with you, and just don't make a sound. Please don't make a sound. Don't say anything. And I said, what's happening? So she leaned over kind of, and she whispered, he said, Madison is not dead. I said, what? And I said, what happened? Where is he? And she said, he's in hiding. I just lost it. I just thought this was just too much. I just walked away after a few months, and I just cried. I just broke down. This was too much.
Yeah, don't laugh. The royal prince will just have him taken out back and then tossed into a ditch.
At her house.
This was all very bizarre. And how could he do that? And wouldn't he be afraid that he might get, picked up, but somebody might get watched the house?
So he gets to come home after a month? How long does he get to come home for? Like a weekend or something?
By none other than the FBI. He said that organized crime members were after him because he had refused to launder drug money. He assured Brigida that her money was safe.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
To tell no one that he was alive.
He asked me if I could spend a couple of weeks with you until I know what I need to do next. I said, of course. The poor guy had to be hiding from the mob. Why wouldn't I help somebody?
Without warning, Madison left Brigida's home, and she never heard from him again. A few weeks later, Brigida got another visit, this time from the FBI. Their investigation into Madison Rutherford's financial dealings revealed he had withdrawn Brigida's entire life savings. She was penniless.
The agent said there's no money, and I thought maybe they made a mistake. This cannot be. And I realized I had nothing left. He had dismantled everything little by little. And I said, my God, what do I have in my pocket? Excuse me. I had exactly $500 in my checking account. That's what he did.
Investigators had Rutherford.
I don't trust those fucking investors, man. Fuck that. I would just go blow my money.
But they finally got a break. A check.
Can't trust it. Yeah, man, this dude like 20 grand. What could go wrong? Oh, they're in Boston. All right, there we are, boys. There we are.
Was Thomas Bay Hamilton.
He works as a controller for a technology company. It's a fairly small company in downtown Boston.
As investigators were about to question Thomas Bay Hamilton, they got a call from Mexican authorities.
Oh, he can come home on the weekend.
They said they found a bag.
He's gonna be doing some crime.
And DNA test concluded the blood was Madison Rutherford's.
That might change. That's subject to change too, man. If things are gonna escalate, man. Like I'm telling you, Trump's coming through Israel because we're an ally. We back them the most. So when Trump goes into Iran, how do you think he's gonna go through? How do you think he's gonna get there? He's gonna go through Israel through Jordan.
But it's actually MASH. It's serious. It's scarring my liver, and it requires.
It's up to Israel through Jordan. It's coming.
Restifra is made from ash with moderate to intense.
They're gonna need all hands on deck.
It has accelerated FDA approval. Studies are ongoing.
They're gonna need all hands on deck. Let me tell you.
In the liver, it helps reduce MASH and liver scarring.
Jordan, they're gonna need to have that guard. They're gonna need to have that border secure. That's honest, actually. They're gonna need that. They're gonna like. I might be saying it in a funny way, but they're gonna need all hands on deck.
Restifra made a difference for me.
Ask your liver specialist for Restifra.
Because it might not escalate to a war, but it'll be a conflict.
It is one of the saddest things that you will ever experience.
Animals are starving and fighting to stay alive right now. Every minute they wonder if they'll ever eat again.
There are empty bones.
Well, Christ, well, yesterday I was watching those live streams in Minnesota. That looked like a goddamn battlefield. That looked like a war zone. Ice is here. Yeah, they shot that dude yesterday, man. They got crazy there yesterday. After they popped that dude. After Ice popped him. Well, I've been going for 2 hours. I gotta end it here. We gotta go call Ice on some people. I gotta watch those live streams. I gotta get on that. Start watching those today. See what kind of craziness, third world craziness is going on in Minnesota today. Definitely. It's supposed to snow. We're supposed to get 18 between 8 and 15 inches of snow tomorrow. So I'm gonna be working from home tomorrow. And then I'm working from home on Tuesday. So we're gonna be doing a live stream tomorrow. But I will. It's supposed to start snowing in like 2 hours. I mean, it's starting to look that way already. It's got the feel. It's got the look. It's got all the moves. There's a lot of moisture in the air. I mean, it's cold out here. I think it's only 5 degrees. Fahrenheit, whatever that is, Celsius. Probably negative something. We're watching them. Ice is coming. Ice is in Maine. They're coming to round them up. They're coming to grab them. Ain't no joke. They're talking about it on the news. They coming. the Leering Center 2. That's what the place is called. It's awful. Hilarious. Anyways, yeah. We got things to do. I might come back on later on. Depending on how the Patriots are doing, I might come back on during that game. Like 3 or 4 my time. We'll see. Talk to you soon.